Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday. Hopefully everybody's having an amazing day so far. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I missed everybody a lot, and I'm actually feeling a little bit better. I'm at about 70% right now with my health. Feeling a little bit better. Let's see who's with us. If you're with us here, either on Discord or on YouTube, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us. Let's see who's with us this morning. Good morning there, Luna. Good morning, Zor, Trader Page, G-Lines, Future Trading Today, Joey, Coach Kev, Julio, Monk, Vibe Trade Channel. We have Fister 5, Rui, Jim and Stuff. We have Alfred, Mike, Ilita, TR, Ripper Trader, Vibe Trade Channel, Martin, Alex L, Travis, Ilita, Morris, TR, Trader Guy, John Amos. We got Fish Lips, Arthur Morgan, Julio, Ari, Amer, Daniel, Simsy, Drews, Graham, James. We have Luna, King Savant, Grateful Trader, Cyrus, Matthew, Larry, Fiddly Faddle, Savage, Trader Dean, Al, 99. Hey, how's everybody doing? So I have a little trade on here, a 3-lot trade. Looking for the long to break up above. We have a stop here right at 70 1/4. Actually going to bring that stop down a little bit here. But boy, was I sick. I was very, very sick. I think I came down with some version of COVID. So ended up being very, very sick basically since Tuesday. It's been about a week now. So tomorrow will mark a week that I've been sick. No Celsius for now, just drinking energy tea, herbal energy teas. So that's what's my plan today. Was able to trade a little bit last week, but I really missed trading on stream with you folks. Hopefully you folks were okay without the stream for a few days, basically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But I did take a few trades last week and did pretty well with that. Let me go ahead and hide the total since we don't have a total yet. Yeah, I just have a trade on here looking for a long to break up into the 490 area and eventually tag that 500. We have a level of 517 there to the top side. And if we end up getting stopped out on this one, so be it. Trader Page says, they mentioned you a lot on Top Step last week. Nice working your live XFA. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had an outpouring of support from everybody in the DMs on YouTube, posting comments on Instagram, the DMs, on Twitter in the DMs, in Discord. I appreciate every single one of your messages. It really meant a lot. It was so wonderful to see all the well wishes coming through from everyone. It was just phenomenal. So I really appreciate all of the support from everybody. But I'm still at about 70% health here. It'll eventually get better, I hope. I thought by now I'd be feeling much better. But, we'll try to, recover as quickly as possible and try to see if we can get through these next couple days as I'm still on the mend here. So no Celsius for the time being, but some nice energy teas. Thank you so much there, Brajas, is praying for your health, Rips. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like I'm on the road to recovery, but, definitely still have some brain fog and, not feeling tip-top here all the way, but it is what it is. Let's see here. We are coming down now on this trade here. We are having a slight pullback. We have this kind of topping area across the board in the E-mini, as well as in the S&P E-mini, as well as the NASDAQ E-mini. So that could have been a liquidity grab there above our level of, 462.5. Could have been a very strong liquidity grab up there. So let's see if this pans out and we can actually hold this trade and get a nice bounce before our stop there that's sitting right at 69. If there's a sweep of liquidity rate at 70, there's a good chance that we will definitely get stopped out. But I'm banking on the fact that we are kind of in a reversal pattern here. We do have a lot of funds that are coming on this week because everybody's coming back from vacation. So if this does bounce back up towards the 80s here, would be interested in keeping this thing on. But we'll have to see here. The week before Christmas, I caught something. I don't know if it was COVID. I was definitely under the weather. I killed that sickness with my self-discipline. Pray for you all to be healed. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been rough. I was been very low energy and just unfortunate. You really ought to treasure your health as much as you possibly can. when you can. When you're healthy, you really often take that for granted. I try not to take anything for granted. I'm always very grateful when I'm healthy. And this has just been a real reminder here of how important it is to be extremely, extremely healthy and have all that discipline that keeps you healthy. But sometimes you just can't beat it. My wife ended up getting sick, and I was so good for the longest time. Then on the last couple days where she was starting to feel better, that's where I ended up getting sick. So it's been a pretty rough couple weeks here in the Rips household. a lot of sickness. So we are just very close here to getting stopped out. Yeah, it looks like that was definitely a liquidity grab there to the top side. But let's see if we can get a little bit of a bounce. And it's edging very, very close here. I kind of want to bring that down actually to about 66.5 there, just in case they tuck it below 70. Getting sick once in a while is good. Body gets a reminder, build immunity. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's very, very true. Yeah, I've heard a lot of folks out there have been getting sick. Again, in the DMs and everything, a lot of that support. It was, a lot of folks. I mean, I'm so grateful to have this community that we've built. It's really fantastic to see how supportive everybody has been. It's been amazing. So yeah, today is very light on the news schedule today. We do have a couple of things of note here. We have, over the weekend, we had Lori Logan, who had spoke about the financial condition. She is going to be a voter in 2026. She's not currently a voter. And she was just expressing her concern about the premature easing of financial conditions. So they're kind of walking back. A lot of these Fed hawks are kind of walking back what was said and how the market reacted, because the market reacted so positively on everything. We've been kind of in this very strong downtrend now. And so we've had a lot of walk back from a lot of folks there. And Lori Logan is one of those people. Raphael Bostic as well is one of those people. He's going to be speaking today at noon. He's going to be speaking. And he's going to be, he's one of the folks that is the only, I think he's one or two of only the people in the Fed right now that has basically said, the S&P dot plot says that we're going to have 3 rate cuts in 2024 this year. And he's one of the folks who says, no, it should only be 2 rate cuts because we don't want to do it too prematurely. So Lori Logan sort of echoing that statement over the weekend. And their concern, of course, is that if they are too loose with the rates, if they bring off the rates too quickly, that things would sort of, demand would pick up, right? And if demand picks up, then that's going to drive inflation back up, and then we could end up in hyperinflation. There's a lot of things that could go wrong in that scenario. And so, that's kind of their concern right now. And it's a valid concern. It's very, very normal. And it's they're in the minority of things. Obviously, the majority stake is saying that we should have 3 rate cuts. The S&P dot plot said that for December. We do have the FOMC coming in a couple weeks now. We do have CPI is going to be the big one that's coming out at the end of this week. On Thursday, we do have the CPI data coming out for December. So most everyone's going to be watching for that this week. And the expectation for the CPI is it's actually, I can't speak. It's actually expected to increase 0.2%. So 20 basis points month over month. And that's the expectation right now. So if it actually came in cooler than expected, I think the true rate is something like 3.9% or something like that. I have to check my numbers. Again, been very, very sick, been kind of out of the pocket here. But we're looking at a 20 basis point increase for December for the CPI read coming out on Thursday. And the core is expected to match November's increase of 0.3%. So the expectations are coming in hotter. If we actually beat that, I think that the market could kind of reverse this ongoing downtrend that we've had. But if it comes in line with expectations, I do expect that we'll kind of continue meandering down this path here to the downside. So we'll have to see here. We do also have, just looking at the S&P dot plot, there's a low likelihood of a rate cut in March, of course, but it's not off the table. So again, CPI is going to be kind of indicative about whether or not that's what we're focused on going into the FOMC on the end of January. I think it's the 31st, right? Is that a Wednesday? Yep, that's a Wednesday. So the 31st of January, that's going to be the one. Do you think Bookmap really gives an edge, and how? Because it's expensive for me. It's different for everybody. You can just use a regular DOM and time and sales, and if you can commit all that to memory, it's great. It's a great visual tool to see kind of the liquidity in real time, and for those reasons, I enjoy using it. It matches a lot of my style and what I'm looking for in trading. So it's different for everybody. It's not, you're not going to get Bookmap and all of a sudden be a tape reader. It's going to take a lot of time for you to learn Bookmap and use it effectively during your trading. So it's not a magical thing, you know, it's not a magic tool that all of a sudden you're going to be this incredible trader. So Whit says, take vitamin D daily. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of zinc and a lot of supplements. So I've been definitely doing a lot of that stuff there. How am I feeling? I'm at about 70%, maybe about 60%. I'm still really going through it here, and I'm just trying to get as much rest as possible. It's one of those things too, where, you know, you're taking a nap and you expect to wake up and feel recharged. And every single time I've been trying to get as much sleep as possible. You know, trying to manage the room as much as possible as well, and trying to be as interactive as possible, getting a lot of questions, a lot of DMs, and I try to make myself as available as possible. I'm a real workaholic, you know, of course. So it's kind of, I love working, you know, I'm one of those people. I really, really find my passion in working here, and I really do enjoy it. And so, yeah, it's been rough trying to find sleep and trying to find time to relax and not be working or stressing myself out. But for the most part, you know, I've been trying to take it as easy as possible. Reaching for 500. Yeah, that's my target. I do want to see this clearing up above 85 now. It's nice. We were in sort of a drawdown there, and we kind of based out around there, around 70. So we're looking for this uptrend to continue, breaking out above the 90s, going up into the 500s there. Damon says, don't die. How will I complete my combine? No. You folks are so funny. I was getting some really nice messages from everyone out there. So again, I really appreciate all the support that I receive from everybody. It means the world to me, and it's definitely been helping with my recovery. I take a teaspoon of the fish oil every morning. Sometimes I feel that I'm getting sick, but the next morning I'm fine. Don't get sick since I take fish oil. Recommend it to you. Yeah, that's a good one. Fish oil, omega-3s, those are always a good thing. Morning, I was surprised you responded to. Yeah, I mean, that's the type of person I am. I just find it hard sometimes to stop working. That's just who I am. Can we give it up for Dylan in here? Dylan said, just passed my 150K combine. Way to go, Dylan. That's awesome. So we are pushing back up here. We are kind of tickling around this 85 level. I don't want to see a liquidity sweep above 85. I'd like to see stops getting blown out, and then this encroachment above 90, and then looking for this to trade up into the 500s here. Got to chill on the Celsius. Yeah, you know, I haven't had a Celsius in well over a week now. I thought I was going to have withdrawals from caffeine. I didn't have any caffeine ever since I was feeling really ill. And I thought I was going to have withdrawals from caffeine because those things they're just packed full of caffeine. And no, I didn't have any kind of withdrawals. I've been drinking a lot of water, a lot of fluids. So I'm just keeping an eye out here, watching to see if we can actually peel up above this 85 area that's kind of giving us some trouble here. Volume is tremendously low here because we don't have any data coming out. The next data that is coming out today for the session is going to be at 11 a.m., and that's going to be the New York Fed survey of consumer expectations. So just to reiterate what I was talking about with Lori Logan and Raphael Bostic. Raphael's speaking today at noon, and you know, he's very hawkish. He's very much a hawk. He was kind of meandering between being a hawk and a dove in 2023. 2022, I think he was a little bit dovish. I'm pretty sure. We also have Neil Kashkari, who's going to be speaking this week, by the way. I just remember that. He's on, Friday. He's on at Friday. Neil Kashkari is a wild card, so that should be very interesting for us to watch here. That should be amazing. Man, I was sweating your stop. Diamond hands working for you. Yeah. I mean, it's just the trade idea I had on. I mean, it may eventually work out here as long as we get above these 85s. But we'll have to see here. We shall see. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for these 85s to get taken out here to the top side. You know, we're in this nice uptrend that we've been following here since that 379 level. We had a nice, look at that 15-minute bottoming wick on that candle there. Another bottoming wick right there. When you see that, we have a lot of buyers that are on the tape, and you see increase in volume there, increase in volume there. And then again, another bottoming wick there. So that's a very strong bullish signal. And what we're looking for is this to crest back above this level here, which is right at 500. And that's where we're going to be looking to peel off some lots there, if we can get up and at them. So we're looking for that blowout above 89 into the 90s here. That's what we're looking for. And that is exactly what we're looking for. And we are getting some step up here. But again, it's low volume. All it takes is one player to kind of, rain on our parade here. So I'm just trying to be patient. We could have a big flush here to the downside if we don't get through the 90s. We're just watching kind of to see how it is received in the 90s if we have a lot of orders being stacked up on the ask here to the top side. I would have stopped out and been down for the day. Yeah, again, I mean, it's you have to kind of be impervious to the result of your trades in the sense that, you obviously want to win trades, but you don't really care if you get stopped out because, when you're putting on a trade, it's not called putting on a guarantee. It's called putting on risk. And that's what we're doing. We're putting on risk here, and we have a trade plan. And if you don't follow that trade plan, I always say this to folks here, especially in the Clubhouse. I get this question a lot, what's the setup? What's the setup? I mean, I can give you folks the best setup under the sun. It's how you manage your psychology after you get your setup on, right? That's the biggest part. And how you manage your psychology is everything, right? We are kind of chopping around here above this 85 level. I do want to see us perk into the 90s with some strength here, but boy, volume is just so dead in the water here. We're going to have a lot of volume coming in here once we get to the open today. But, I just want to see really this popping above 85 here and holding that. We do have some sellers coming in, so I'm just going to be watching here. I'm actually going to move my stop up in case we get a flash down, just to protect in case we get a violent seller coming in, which can easily happen on low liquidity like this. Sup, Rip? Welcome back. Thank you there, Jet. Really appreciate that. Working on the psychology of trading is the biggest improvement I've made in the last 10 years. I agree with you, Andrew. That's it's often, it's talked about a lot, but I think that a lot of newer traders, and when I say newer traders, I'm saying less than 3 years of experience in the markets. A lot of newer traders kind of overlook it, and they're always looking for the next setup or the next style or the next thing that they should be trading. And it's like, you could have the best trade in the world, but then once you have that trade on, it's how are you managing your psychology through that trade? And that's where a lot of newer traders will kind of fumble the ball. So we are reaching back up above here, looking for this encroachment to the 90s. I don't like how many people are kind of front running that area. And Highlight pointed out that it's the 200 EMA at the 88s. Yeah, so we have to kind of break on through that. It's interesting that we have, it's very, very low liquidity. Makes it much more difficult to trade this type of price action here. I'm actually going to probably peel off one into the ask here as we are perking up through the 90s. We are kind of walking up. I'm seeing how, there they go. A little bit thick. Trying to peel off one into the ask. There we go. Peeled off one there. Move my stop up into break even. Okay, so there's that push through 90s that we're talking about. Once we get that nice push through 90s, that's kind of the signal that we're looking for there to the top side. And again, today is going to be very, very light in the way of data. So you kind of want to, brace yourself for the idea that, today's probably not going to be that home run day. And if it is, you're very, very happy about that, right? Very, very happy about that. I'm going to try one more on the ask here. Got filled down to one lot here. We've realized ourselves about $169 worth of profit. See if we can hold these 90s now. Looking for that push up into 500. PDJ says, TGIM, thank goodness it's Monday. I'm with you there, PDJ. Let's see here. It's like an accumulation of aha moments. I know what I would do. So I sit and watch, and when I would be wrong, seeing someone be right in that situation is great. Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to patience. A lot of folks, it's great to record your trades. I recommend this all the time. It's great to use OBS, obsproject.com, obsproject.com. I'm actually going to put that in the chat here, obsproject.com. That is a free piece of software that you can use to record your screen. And it's amazing. And if you go back and you watch your trades, you'll be shocked at how short you're actually holding your trades, right? And again, this is not for my scalpers out there. We often will scalp in here from time to time. I love scalping. I'm a momentum trader at heart. And by the way, our tool that we're working on for momentum scalping, where you can actually use an Elgato Stream Deck or your keyboard, where you can use all of these amazing things, that's coming out. That's going to be coming soon. And I'm so excited to be able to, I'm going to be using that on stream with everyone. By the way, we are pushing up higher here. And we could have a flashback to 90s. I'm going to go 89.5 there on my stop. So, it's going to be coming out soon. And it's going to be, you can either use your keyboard or you're going to be able to use your Stream Deck. And on your Stream Deck, there's going to be profiles that are included with it that plug into this NinjaTrader add-on. Again, this is going to be for NinjaTrader. So this is going to be for NinjaTrader, and it's going to work with your regular keyboard, or it'll work with your Elgato Stream Deck. And this will allow you to be able to effectively momentum trade. I kind of, I trade between styles here often on the stream because I try to appeal to the broadest range of viewers and traders out there. We'll do longer term trades, kind of like the trade that we had on this morning. I put on the trade before we went on, went to the bathroom, and then it's going down. But we held steadfast to our trade plan, right? We didn't waver from our trade plan. We didn't get nervous. There was somebody in here. Who was this? I might want to give them the pin of shame here. There's always one, right? There's always one person. Who was this? I don't even know if you folks... There it is. Should have sold, bro. There's always one person, right? There's always one person in chat who always knows best, right? They always know best. Should have sold, bro. And then, and then they come out and they say, oh, yeah, I should have sold. And then we get a nice, what are we up here? Almost $400 in this position if we were to close it right now. Bro, do you even sell? Oh, that's funny. But you always get one, right? Hindsight trading is an amazing thing. You seem like you could be a genius in hindsight trading. Savage says, took 340 for my first trade of the day. Now I have to wait for another good setup. Way to go there, Savage. Good morning there, Aaron. You now have me hooked on Celsius. You hear that, Celsius? We need that sponsorship here for the stream. We need you folks to come through with that sponsorship. Trader Page says, I'm so good at hindsight trading. I think everybody is. Yeah, it's very easy to be a hindsight trader. And this is one thing you'll never find here in this channel. If we're taking a trade, you're going to see every single execution, every single time we're putting on a trade, the exact trade plan that I'm following. You folks, if I never mention it, you can say, hey, Rips, what's your plan for this trade? It looks kind of kooky. And I'll tell you, I'll say, hey, this is what my trade plan is. And you'll very rarely see me ever go against that trade plan. You will very rarely ever see me say, well, it's going against me now. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm so scared. I got to get out of this thing, right? You'll rarely see that, but you'll see me talk about the area of the structure that I'm looking at, where it makes sense. For instance, we're kind of holding a little bit of an uptrend here. That's why my stop's at 89.5. We had a sweep of liquidity above the 90s, which is what it's appearing to be for now. Doesn't mean we're not going to encroach upon 500, but it just means that I'm going to protect the profits that I have in this trade. That's all that means. Loxy says, morning all, glad you're feeling better, bud. Thank you so much there, Loxy. Kid Poker says, just found your channel. Oh, I love that name, Kid Poker. It's a Daniel Negreanu's nickname. Love that. Stopped out plus 610. Nice work there, Mike. Give it up for Mike here. I'm $610. Ukondo says $400 left for passing the tops of 50K combine. I better set my hands until New York Open now. I like that plan a lot. Nice work there, Ukondo. Simpson Celsius up to Celsius temps. We're pushing negative 30 Celsius up here today. My goodness, that's chilly. Whew, that's cold. Oh my goodness. Mitchell says, sitting at 2K with oil, loving the shorts over here. Nice work there, Mitchell. Have you ever used a Top Step tilt indicator? Yes, I have. It's free when you're trading on Top Step X. I do have a Top Step X account. I don't have it open right now, so I couldn't tell you the tilt. But let's see if we get stopped out here on this pullback. And we are getting stopped out right there. So that's going to put us up on the day to start our day here. Up $302. And as you know, we're all about transparency in here. And we say this all the time. Transparency is everything. So what would it be without transparency? Showing you here. It's in our Express funded account, up $302. And remember, the Express funded account, that's the one that you can actually take withdrawals from. That's not the funny money. It's not the demo accounts, the combine accounts. That's the real stuff. That's the stuff that actually goes into your bank account there. Hello from Greece. Love your stream. Hey, love you right back. I love your name. That's a very Greek name there. Apostosil. Let me try this one. I'm sick here. Apostolos Vassilou. Did I do that well? Apostolos Vassilou. Rambo says, have you found any useful of what? Let's see here. Have you used Top Step Tilt Indicator? Yeah, I mean, it's helpful to let you know what the folks are doing on Top Step. Lael says, why negative risk reward? You're down at 600 at some point. Well, you have to play the market in front of you. And as bad as I wanted that to go up to 500, we were reaching up above those 90s there and it started to slow down a little bit. So I just have to kind of have my stop in place there. There's just going to be some trades where you're not going to have that positive risk reward, so I have to play the market in front of me. And when we get back into the profit there, we're starting to slow down on the tape. I have to face the fact that now we got back in the green there. I didn't expect that big of a pullback. I was willing to take that much heat, but you're going to have some trades where you're going to have not a great risk reward, and that's how it is. And you can keep your head in the sand and say, you know what, I'm not going to take this off until it gets there. And it'll work sometimes, but then sometimes you'll have profit where you could have taken some profit out and you didn't manage your risk properly and it'll go against you. And I've been trading for a decade now and I started in 2013. Wow. So it's going to be 11 years coming up. I got to look at what month I started, but when I opened up my first brokerage account for active trading. But it's just the way that I trade. Everybody's different, right? This is Lael who asked, why negative risk reward? And you were down 600 at some point. I think I was down a little bit more, actually. I think it was down 780 or even 800 at one point, unrealized. But yeah, it's just time and experience. And this is what has worked for me to keep me as a consistently profitable trader. And this is what works for me. It may not work for you, and that's fine. But this is what works for me. And, I have, I think I have a pretty decent skill of reading the market that I've developed over the years. And there's just certain areas in the market where there's, low volatility, not a lot of participation. And that's kind of what we're coming into right now, is that we need a lot of participation to push through the 90s to get into the 500s there. And if we don't have that liquidity, if we haven't grabbed enough of that liquidity lower, the likelihood that we're going to slam through that 500 is diminished. And so there's a secondary kind of risk reward that I'm kind of introducing into my trade plan there. And that's the sort of discretionary mindset. And you can't really learn a discretionary mindset from reading a book. The only way you can learn this is time and experience in the market and seeing these patterns emerge over and over. So to answer your question, it brings in that discretionary mindset. And although the risk reward may not be great, we're kind of dealing with the unexpected expectations that come across the tape there. No significant news events until Thursday. That's right. But we do have a couple different things. Raphael Bostic speaking today at noon. We have Michael Barr, who's going to be speaking tomorrow at noon. And we have on Wednesday, John Williams, who's speaking at, I believe, let's see here. Let me just look. Try to commit this all to memory. 3:15. There you go. Hey, can I ask how to pay from India? Because my card keeps getting declined. I think that Top Step works in India. I'm not so sure. Tim says, what are you trading today? Right now, we're just focused on the NQ futures here. Yeah, so on Friday, we do have the PPI that's coming out as well. We have a bunch of agricultural data for any of my agricultural futures traders in here. If you're trading the wheats, corns, grains, coffee. Hey, I have a question. How do I stop my heart from beating out of my chest when a trade is on? Trade small. If you have a lot of anxiety when you are in a trade, you're trading too much size. For instance, I just had a 3-lot on, right? I had the 3-lot trade on and we drew down $800. I'm willing to take $1,000 loss on that trade, even though, if we would have jettisoned up through that 95, encroaching on 500, my target for leaving that trade is above 500, sweeping all the way to 517 and a quarter. That would have been about a $2,000 or $3,000 trade on that, right? So I'm willing to risk 1,000 to potentially make 2,000 or 3,000. And then this goes back to, I think it was Lyle's question here, where Lyle said, oh, you had negative risk reward. Well, you see, we're pulling back now. and we're in low participation. And so we had to pull off there, enter here, pull off here, and had to pull down. And so, when we're looking at this type of market movement on lower liquidity, you kind of have to expect the unexpected, right? And so if you have too much size on, you're going to do things like, there was another person in there that said, you should have sold, bro. If we would have sold, we would have realized, $700 to $900 in a loss instead of making, what do we make? $300 in profit. And so this comes back to, what's your sizing in that trade? Now, if your sizing is too large, then yeah, you probably take off that trade because you're nervous about it and you can't respect your trade plan. The way that you can tell whether or not you're trading too much size, one of the things is listening to your body. Like Dylan asked here, if you're trading, I think it's 5 lots here. So Dylan's trading a 5 lot. Are you trading minis or micros? That's the next question. Minis or micros? If you're trading a 5 lot in the minis, that's a lot. Okay, so that's a lot. You're trading 5 minis. That's a lot. That's a lot of size. So what I would do is say, start trading with a 1 lot and see if you can just stick to your trading plan throughout without having your heart beat out of your chest. If that's still too much, go down to 5 micros. That's half of a mini, right? Minis are 10 times the size of a micro. 10 micros is 1 mini, right? So if 1 mini is still too much, your heart's beating out of your chest, then, flip it on over into a micro, 5 micros. If that's still too much, go to 2 micros. Like Whit says here, can make a good living on 1 to 2 minis. That's correct. 1 to 2 minis is fine. I mean, that was we had 3 lots on that trade. We took a heat to 7 to 900 in the loss there. Obviously that's in our favor. It was a very short time frame trade there. If that was just all that, instead of that was MAE, instead that was MFE, right? Instead of being MAE, then that would have been $900 in the profit, $1,000 taking a 10, 15 minute trade on 3 lots. You're talking about trading 5 lots. Wow. That's almost double the size. So you want to be considerate of these things. And there's obviously a reason for why these things are happening, why you're thinking these things. And it's kind of that fight or flight mechanism that we have built into our brains here. And a lot of folks, when they see red, it starts to activate that. And what you must understand is, as a trader, again, I talked about this about 20 minutes ago, we're not putting on a guarantee here. We're putting on risk, right? The moment that you press that button to enter into your trade, 9 times out of 10, you're in the red because you have to pay commissions to put on that trade, right? It's very rare that you're going to put on a trade and it will be immediately in the profit. It happens. Of course it happens. But it's rare, right? It's the most rare of the situations. So if you put on a trade and you're in the red, you start to get nervous. You need to find comfort in that. You need to find comfort in the discomfort, because most of trading, you're going to be feeling uncomfortable. You have to find a way to just accept that, because that's going to be a lot of your trades most of the time. You're going to take some drawdowns. It's very rare that you're going to nail the bottom if you're going long and nail the top if you're going short. It's very rare, but it can happen. The more you trade, the more it'll happen. But as a newer trader, and again, newer traders, I'm talking about 3 years or less of experience, you're not often going to nail that. It'll happen, but not often. The more you trade, the more often it will happen. Now, if that's the case, this is the reality. You have to understand that when you put on a trade, you're going to be in the red. You need to come to terms with that and say, this is what I'm doing. This is my career, whatever you want to call it. This is the path I've chosen. I'm choosing to trade. I will be in the red. And you need to find comfort in that, because that's when I'm in the red. Usually it's like, okay, I expected this. The moment that you put on a trade, you should already think of, and I'm not trying to project negative thoughts, but you want to find solace in, if you put on a trade, where's your stop? And what does that mean when you get stopped out? Does that mean you lose $200, $300, $500? The moment you put on that trade, you should be comforted with the idea that you're going to lose $200, $300, $500, because you're putting on risk. If you're not comfortable with losing $200, $300, $500, you either need to size down or not trade at all. Trade in a practice account. Because when you're putting on risk, you're not putting on a guarantee. And if you can come to terms with that, this is what my maximum loss on this trade is going to be. When you come and get stopped out, when the market stops you out, you say, I already expected that. I already expected that to happen. And that's perfectly fine. because you found solace in the truth. I'm putting on a trade. I'm putting on risk. My maximum allotted risk is this, and I got stopped out. Well, I expected that. I wasn't nervous about it. I wasn't scared about it. I expected this. If you go up to a blackjack table, I always go back to gambling because it's the easiest way to recognize this, right? Recognize how our brains function through this. If you go into a blackjack table, you go to a casino, you go to a blackjack table, and you put down $100 bet, and then you lose, are you shocked? Or did you say, hey, I might lose this hand because I'm gambling and it's a casino and they have the upper hand in this scenario, right? Now let's flip it on edge, right? Let's say that you're the dealer now. Is the player ever going to beat you as the blackjack dealer? Of course. It wouldn't exist otherwise, but your odds are very good odds, right? They're better than the player's odds. Now, as the dealer, would you want to be in that position with an infinite amount of cash and run that over millions of hands? Of course, because over time, you're going to make money. In trading, you want to be the dealer. You want to have the edge over the market. And you find your edge through backtesting setups. And then once you have those back-tested setups, you should have the confidence that you know that over time, you're correct. But will you lose? Does the blackjack dealer lose against players? Yes. But over time, do they make money? Look at how nice the casinos are in Vegas, folks. Of course the dealers make money. Who do you think is building these casinos? Are there casino pixies floating around and building these casinos, right? Right? House never loses, right? House never loses. That's who's building these beautiful casinos, these beautiful hotels. And you want to be in the mindset of that you are the house because you have back-tested setups and they work. But you're going to lose, but that's okay. Over time, in a long enough period of time, you're going to win. Arthur Morgan says, I need some mansion pixies. That's amazing. So find comfort in the fact that you will lose. It's going to be okay to lose, but you're so confident in your abilities that it doesn't matter if you lose because over time, you're going to be a winning trader if you backtested your setups and you stick to your trading plan every single time. If you can't stick to your trading plan every single time, you're trading too much size. It's just that simple. There's something in the way of that where it was Dylan who brought this up that started this conversation. He said, well, my heart's racing. I have 5 lots on. My heart's racing. 5 lots. Wow. That's why. Find a way to size down. Get it to a position where you say, I'm putting on 1 lot. My stop is 10 handles away. Maybe that makes sense in the current context of the market structure. If I got stopped out on 1 lot, I lose $200. So the moment you press that button, you put on the trade, you say, well, if it doesn't work out, I'm losing $200. And so when it comes in, it stops you out because it eventually will. Probably 4 to 6 times out of 10 trades, depending on what your hit rate is. It stops you out and you say, okay, didn't work. Journal it. What can I do better? Was it my entry? Was I chasing? Was it my timing? Was it my bad read on the market? Was I not patient? You journal it. And then next day starts before you go into the market. You read these journal entries. This is how you improve. You treat this like a business. This is not a hobby. If you want to take this seriously, if you actually want to extract money from the most difficult thing that you'll ever do, which is trading, you need to find time to treat this like a business. Reading these journal entries before you start the first trade of the day, seeing what your missteps were the prior day. And maybe you don't have any missteps. Maybe you had a perfect trading day the prior day. You read through that, it fires you up. And you say, wow, I can do this. This feels good. Let's trade today. Let's feel good about this, right? A lot of the journal entries that I put, I'll have my missteps, right? I'll have my missteps and bad trades. I will fall off the wagon from here and now, it happens. But a lot of my journal entries are me pumping myself up, right? A lot of my journal entries are me looking at my trades that I took really, really well. And there's going to be trades that I didn't take very well, and I'm rating those as well. But I'm trying to pump myself up and put myself in a positive mindset, a positive frame. Because I know that the worst that can happen in a trade is that I get my stop loss hit and I get stopped out and I lose exactly the amount of money that I thought I was going to lose. John Talon says, what do you use to journal? There's a free thing out there, amazing piece of software, Google Docs. Take a screenshot of your trade, write out your explanation. We talk about this in my psychology webinar. You write out your explanation of how you felt. You write out what the result of the trade was, how it made you feel, what your emotional state was. In fact, TopStep actually sent out an email today for your emotional journey journal. And that's a great template as well. And that's all you need to do. And then read the entries. Some people don't read them, that's fine. But I recommend that you read your journal entries. Read exactly what was going through your mind. Vibe says, I use TradeZella. Yeah, there's plenty of great ones out there where you can import your trades, but you want to make sure that you're taking the time to write about your emotional state and what you're going through in that trade. That's what you want to do. Pen and paper, I have notebooks full, says Rusty Golfer. That's a great way too, right? That's a great way too. And it's all about treating this like a business. You know, if you're running a company and you're not keeping track of your books, and your company's going to fall apart. Same thing goes for trading. Your emotions are going to play a bigger role in your trading than you could ever imagine. I was a bad trader for a long stretch of time, a terrible trader because I was overwhelmed by my own emotions. And that's the fact. I was overwhelmed by my emotions and I had no control over them. And it was disastrous. I cost myself a lot of money because I was so emotional. And it took me a long time to realize that that was one of the biggest things that was holding me back from trading, because I could find the setups, right? But when that risk went on, a lot of my trouble came from managing that risk and managing my emotions through that risk. And so journaling more and more, I started to discover these little things that I was doing. And like, wow, I was being emotional here. I shouldn't have taken this trade here. That was ridiculous. You know, in hindsight, you go back and you look at your entries, you look at your trades and you say, I was being a knucklehead there. That wasn't good. You'll look at these things and you'll be very clear-minded, right? Because when you're in the moment, when you're in a trade, it's very difficult to see these things. Very, very difficult. You'll often see that, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, everything looks like it's the best trade that you've ever taken, right? When you're in the heat of the moment. But the afterglow, maybe it's the end of the day, the next morning, you look at that and you say, what was I thinking there? Boy, that was a knucklehead. I was a total knucklehead there. Stack says, how much you up today? We're up $300 there. Just off of, just took one little trade there in our XFA. It's just chopping around here, so we're having a little bit of a psychology discussion here. If that's okay with you folks, I think this is a good way to spend our time instead of kind of chopping around, what is this, about a 7 handle range here. If you're enjoying the discussion here, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. If you're enjoying this discussion, drop a W in the chat. Let's get a temperature of the room here. Are we enjoying this psychology discussion here? I just want to make sure that, you know, that this is a good fit for everyone. If this is you know, I'd rather do this instead of chopping around here. Okay, cool. We got some W's in the chat. Love to see that. Oh, great. Yeah, and you know, you can hear in my voice, I'm still a little bit sick here. So my processing power, I recognize that it's a little bit slower. But you know, I go back to when we're talking about setups, right? When we're talking about setups, I can give you every setup under the sun. And you know what's funny is that, you know, I'll often be doing one-on-ones with folks and they'll take a setup that we had just talked about, you know, beautiful setups for me, and they just take it. And they take that setup and then they cut it early and then it keeps going in whatever direction they were taking it, right? And they go, oh, I did it again. And I pointed out to them again, I said, you know what? This is trading. So much of it is that psychology aspect. And the more I have these one-on-ones with people, it actually helps me being a mentor to people. It helps me a lot because I get to see the common thread of problems that people have. And I'd say that 8 times out of 10, 80% of the time, a lot of this can just be fixed with psychology and acceptance. Accepting who you are when you're in a trade and what you're looking for. Going back to what we were talking about before here, there was somebody in the chat that said, why is your risk reward skewed? Well, we're playing the structure of the market. This is what we're looking at here. Yeah, we didn't top ticket, but we're playing the structure of the market, right? That's what we're looking for. And if we're not respecting the structure of the market and we're just looking for, willy-nilly, I want more points, we'd be drawn down back to in the red here and not have realized any profit. So it's just with reading the market with a discretionary mindset and then kind of weighing that against your current psychology of the trade. And again, I'm not saying that you should take off if you're in the red. This is another problem that most newer traders have. Let's just say you draw down in a trade. You draw down $900 and then you take it off the moment it goes green, you make $100, right? We're just using whole numbers here, not an exact science, right? You take off the trade because you see some green and then it starts to go and it keeps going and going and going. Well, now you've ditched the plan that you originally had because you took it off the moment it went green because you're scared. You're not looking at the market structure. You're not looking at anything that pertains to the actual trade that's on. And you're now being consumed by your emotions. And this happens all the time. If you have a large position on, this is when it happens the most. You take a lot of heat in that position. It goes against you. You feel like garbage. It doesn't stop you out, but then it goes back and it goes in your position, goes in the green. All of a sudden, you take it off as fast as you can. How many people have been there, right? I was there all the time. That was me all the time. You take that heat, and then the moment you see that green, you say, oh, it's such a relief. Oh, get me out of here. I got to get out of this thing. And then it starts to go in your favor, right? Starts to go in your favor and you go, oh, no. Now you're going to do it. Now you're going to do it. Now you're going to do it. And you start talking to the market, right? Now you're going to do that. And then it starts really going. And then you do the fatal mistake. You enter back in and you literally enter back in at that top tick. If you're going long, you enter back in, you take that top tick and then goes right back down. And then you wiped out that $100 profit. Now we're back in the red. And now you're holding and you're hoping again. Okay, just get me back green. I'll get out of this thing, I swear, right? Welcome to trading, right? That's psychology 101 right there, right? Happens to the best of us. And this is the thing where it's that when you first put on the trade, you really need to commit to that. And you saw that, I took off the trade. I'm taking off the trade because it's not hitting my parameters. We're getting above 90s, but we're slowing down too much there. And we gave it a chance because we peeled off 2. We left one as a runner, right? For you folks that are showing up late here, put on this trade before I went live, went to the bathroom, came back, went live. We were drawing down right around here. And then, we bounced. I had my stop right around 66.5, I believe. Bounced back up. And then peeled off 2 lots because we had a nice perk up there and kept on going. We trailed our stop, got stopped out right there. And then we kind of faltered down here, right? And so it was respecting the trade plan because I said on the trade plan, I'm looking for that encroachment into 500. We slowed down tremendously here. I was peeling off lots. I had one as a runner and we pulled back. That's where I got stopped out. That's not me seeing green and taking profit. We're leaving one as a runner for sure to see if we can actually get that encroachment above 500. Now, the last thing you want to do is, you take off your lot here and it comes back down. And now you see green again. You say, well, I'm emotionally attached to this trade, right? Cook says, well, to be fair, you putting on a trade and then going to the bathroom is an A+ setup. But that's where, again, this goes back to, this is where I want you to be in your trades, folks. If you could put on a trade and go to the bathroom, that's in my experience, that's a good headspace to be in. And it's not being irresponsible because your stop is in place, right? It can sweep down, stop you out, but you've already accepted that risk putting on the trade, right? You've already accepted that risk. So did we manage this trade as best we could? I think we did. Because we're looking for encroachment above 500. We have a level up here, all the way up at 517, right? But you can see we have kind of some topping areas back here, right? Some topping areas, some sellers stepping in, then, we have those sellers kind of front running that area because we don't have enough liquidity. Volume's low. Going back to NinjaTrader, you can see how low is this volume here? How low is that volume? Tremendously low right now. You're going to have more participation picking up towards the end of the week, but we have to keep in mind that if we don't have liquidity to get up through that 500, that's going to be a lot of liquidity. There's going to be a lot of sellers to get through there. And I can't invent that we're going to have a magical person come across and blow through that. We may, but if we don't see them on the tape, you have to accept the reality of the situation. That's the truth. My best trades are when I get busy and I forget I am in a trade. And this is why I say you really want to be using obsproject.com. Record your screen, record your trades, record your executions, and you'll be shocked at how much time dilation takes front seat when you're trading. When you're in a trade, 30 seconds feels like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It helps for if you're hyper focused and you're kind of a scalper. When I was trading small caps, I was locked in, right? And it was very beneficial to my trading. I did phenomenally well when I was doing small caps when there was the heyday. Everybody was doing well, right? This is during COVID, of course. It was a beautiful time. Things just went up. And then things went straight down because there was so many. It all came down to participation, right? If you have 100 names running, well, there wasn't 100. You have 10 random small cap names running in the morning. You have eyes, ears, feet, foot, all these tickers that are belonging to the body part, head, ears, teeth, whatever. You have all these body part tickers that are going in the morning. Yeah, there's not enough liquidity to hold these up and up and up. They're going to start to fade. So you short the pants off those things, right? Easy trade. It all comes down to liquidity. Markets seek liquidity. We're looking for liquidity right now in the market, right? We talked about this when I was on Top Step. Talked about that we're in a room full of people here. This is an auction. And, if we're not having the liquidity to push around the price action, then things are going to be difficult to break through key areas. In this case, we're looking for that 500 to break through. If we don't have enough liquidity to break through the 500s, then we're not going to get there. Your exits are somewhat subjective based on a lot of screen time and an intuitive sense looking at the chart and the ability to size up and down. Yeah, and that's very true. I talk about this a lot. It's discretionary, right? Kelsey says, is your trading third-party verified? So I trade on Top Step exclusively now. And the reason why is because they're very transparent about my results. I think it was Trader Page had mentioned that they were talking about me a lot last week on Top Step TV, talking about my performance last week. So I don't have to have a third. This is the great thing about trading on Top Step and being, a public figure now, is that I don't have to have a third party verifying my results. It's all through Top Step. It's all through Top Step. So they kind of, and this is, again, you'll see some other traders out there that, they may have recently stopped trading on Top Step because there's too much transparency on Top Step. They'll come out and say, hey, this person was on a live account and then they had 10 back-to-back max loss days. And they want to kind of hide from that because, maybe they're not a good trader yet. So, but yeah, I trade, like Rusty says, I trade live so you can watch and verify. Yeah, I trade live every single day, Monday through Friday here. And you can see every single trade that I'm taking here. And I mean, I don't know how much more how much more transparent you want me to be, other than the fact that I trade every single day and show every single one of my trades here. They were talking about you quite a bit. Yep, definitely. Since when are you live on YouTube? We started in September, I think. I want to say September is when we started streaming. And by the way, we reached 5,000 subs here on YouTube. I gotta give it up to you folks out there for all of your tremendous support. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I think we bounce off 470s again. Yeah, so that's kind of the hourly low that we're looking at here. Jay Sim says, congrats, Rips. Nicely done. Thank you so much. It's funny because that, quote, other trader is now shilling for another prop firm. Yeah, and I think that a lot of that has to do with the lack of, the amount of transparency that Top Step brings to the table. So if you can't trade, if you got one lucky trade and that is what put you in a live account, that's kind of what can restrict you kind of keeping up this guise of, I'm an amazing trader. I know what I'm doing, but I don't think that person claims to be a good trader. I think they claim to be an entertainer. So that's what I think. personally. Are you trading PA or eval? So we're trading on Top Step here. This is from Jin Sun. We're trading on Top Step. I'm trading my Express funded account today to make $300. Ribs, why don't you buy pullbacks on the levels instead of waiting for momentum? It's so itchy for me to take long now. Well, for me right now, I'm waiting for liquidity to come in. We have 15 seconds till the injection of liquidity here. Let's see here. 9 a.m. liquidity coming in 10 seconds here. 10 seconds. Let's see if we have anything interesting in the way of our levels here. We didn't pull back all the way to 62.5, so I'd like to see that encroachment back down. Yep, there you go. Little pop. He needs same day withdrawals from those good days. Yeah, there's some rules that weren't really discussed about those same day withdrawals. By the way, look at this. We are perking up like crazy here. Here's your injection of liquidity at 9 a.m. Didn't take any of this. The worst are the FinTwit-Furus that trade demo. They could never trade on Top Step because they'd be called out. Yeah, and that's why, again, I love trading on Top Step because there's a record of everything. And if I'm not doing well, you folks will see that. It's pretty obvious. CL is drilling lower. Let's take a look at crude here. Oh my goodness. Anybody short crude here? We are breaking below that kind of mid-level support there. Wow, look at this perk up. This is insane, actually. Go back to the NQ. So big ol' injection of liquidity here. See if we can break back above this 500 area. Rips, what is your Top Step TV time this week? So Thursday, I believe 11. No, let me think here. Thursday is going to be the final 2 hours of the day. So power hour and the hour before. And then Friday, I'm going to be trading the open. And I'll be trading that live on Top Step, but then the zero latency is still going to be in the Discord. There won't be a YouTube stream for that, but I will have on Friday, I will have like an hour-long stream before I go live on Top Step TV. So that's the plan, tentatively, right now. Nice, bro. Great crew over there. Yeah, definitely. They are amazing. Will you be on weekly? That's the plan right now, to be on every single week. Look at this. And coming right back down. Look at this. I went over to Bookmap here. There's your liquidity injection and then straight back down here. So somebody still is front running those 95s. A lot of liquidity up there. How to explain the 10-point rip? Impossible to trade that. Well, I didn't take a trade on that myself. If you're anticipating that we have an injection of liquidity to the top side, you could definitely scalp that. You could scalp it for sure, but I don't think that, if you're not trading momentum. And again, my processing power right now being sick, like I'm at 65, 70% at best. So my processing power is a little bit slower. I'm trying to avoid as much of the momentum trading with size today. I just kind of want to keep it light and tight today. I know it's probably been asked, but good morning. You're live and well. Good morning there, TJ. Why is there a liquidity injection occurring at 9? That's a great question, Samuel. There's a lot of funds that turn on their trading algorithms around that time, 5 minutes before, and then at the top of the hour, and then at 9:25, sometimes 9:15. You do this for long enough, you kind of see that at specific times when these machines are turning on, and they start providing liquidity, and they kind of interfere with the prior liquidity providers, and they jump on. It's kind of this little miniature battle that steps in, and they start injecting liquidity, and the other prior algorithms are running, advanced AI. They're expecting this. It's machines fighting machines. This is not rips, it's AI rips. Took all week to build. No, I really enjoy streaming, and I really enjoy seeing everybody in here every single morning. So I really do enjoy that. What are the things you look for in the book map? I talk about that often in the stream here. So just stay tuned. We talk about that a lot. It's a lot for me to go over. It's one of those tools that it presents you with a lot of information. It takes a while to become proficient with it, but I just say stick around and watch the stream here. Liquidity injection time schedules. I'd say you want to look at the quarter of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour. That's what I'd look at. And then as well, you're going to have liquidity injection on news events. But today, like I said, we don't have any news coming out here until 11. That's going to be the first time. The Brinks box gets exchanged from London to the New York market. There you go. I like that, Josh. Let's see. I missed some more chats here. Please do your psychology discussion from earlier on the stream. So many people need to hear what you talked about. That's a great thing is that all of my streams they're recorded and they go back up in the archive here. So if you missed today's discussion on psychology, highly recommend you go back and watch what we're talking about here after the stream's over. Go back and rewatch that. Trader Guy says, dang, I was long at 75, got out at 80 because I felt like I chased my entry, need to learn some patience. So one thing that you can do, Trader Guy, is just trailing your stop underneath your trade. And so you don't have a take profit up top, but instead you're just trailing your stop. I often will take profit, into a move, selling on the ask if we're going long. And that's just because I've been trading for so long. I have a discretionary tool set, which again, Jay Quinn kind of pointed that out. It's just time and experience in the market to be able to do that. If you don't have the time and experience, it's just better to trail your stop kind of underneath your trade if you're long and then above it if you're short. That's what I would do. Rose is by far the best live trader I've watched. Always clear and well thought out trading plans. Not right every time, but definitely beneficial for all levels of trading. Hey, thank you, Coach Kev. Appreciate you. Very nice of you to say that. But yeah, for liquidity injection times, just look at the quarter of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour. And then 5 minutes before open, we have some turning on. The close, you'll have the MOC closed liquidity injection, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. But yeah, definitely, trail out of your trades. If you're doing things effectively in trading, in futures trading, you often want to be up more than you're ever closing for. And what I mean by that is, going back to Ninja Trader here, if you're in a trade, let's just say you got the bottom here, you're long, and you're trailing your stop. Now to this level, it perks up. Now to this level, perks up. And then you trail your stop to this level, perks up. You're going to be up, let's just use whole numbers here. You're up $500. And then you have your stop kind of trail down to here. It'll stop you out right there. And you won't be up $500. Instead, you'll be up $400, right? Just using whole numbers. And you're not going to be closing at the maximum favorable excursion, your MFE, but you're going to be closing close to it, right? Because you're trailing your stop. You don't want to do it too tight because that'll get you into hyper scalping. But trailing your stop behind your trade is generally one of the easiest ways to kind of keep yourself from getting the bigger portion of the move and trailing it to areas of the structure that make sense. And so, yeah, you're not going to make 500 on the trade, but you're going to make 400 instead of, it's going up and up and you peel it off here for 200, right? Would you rather make 400 or 200? You're not going to make the 500, but you're going to make the 400, right? Trailing your stop underneath your trade to the long side and then to the short side, trailing it here. And then maybe you trail it here, it stops, you're up $300, stops you out $200, but it's better than, stopping yourself out, $100 or whatever the case. Trailing your stop is always it's going to teach you patience as well. But it has to make sense around the market structure there. Alrighty, folks, so I'm going to take my first restroom break. Make sure you hit that lucky like button. Make sure you are subscribed. When I come back, we will do a poll on the NQ here and see what we think about where the price action is going to go today. I will be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. we are back. Anybody got any trades on here? Anybody catching this back up to the top side? We are just kind of chopping around here. Wicking around in this range. Long from 79 out at 91. Nice 20 handles there. Very nice. Luna scalped it. Very, very nice there. Very, very nice. 3 long at 84. Hey, there you go. Great stuff, everybody. Back to the green with that long. Very nice. So yeah, we don't have any data coming out until 11 a.m. today. Very scant on data, but we do want to keep an eye out for liquidity coming into the markets today, because today is really kind of the first week of 2024, if you were to ask me. Last week was very low liquidity. That's because we have a lot of fund managers, portfolio managers that are on vacation, and they aren't going to be, managing a lot of their clients' monies because they're on vacation. And that's kind of what we're dealing with in a low liquidity environment. But this week, most of those folks are going to be coming back to their desk. They may not be putting on those trades until the end of the week, or they may wait for the CPI print that's going to be coming out on Thursday. So that's going to be what we're looking for here. We have Mexico's CPI coming out on Tuesday, which should be interesting to watch, but I don't think it will stir the markets up too much. But Trade of 8 is playing up. Anyone else? Anybody else having some issues with Trade of 8 there? Vibe says, true, definitely first week of trading year. Yeah, this is definitely going to see a lot of liquidity coming in versus last week. I think we'll see a lot more volume, and we'll see what most of these funds are looking at in the way of positioning here. We've been in a very long, drawn-out drawdown here. So it'll be interesting to see. Going back to TradingView, we have some bullish order flow down here that I kind of want to track. Let's change this here. There we go. Some bullish order flow down there. And then kind of tuck below 14 as well. So to the top side here, we do have some bearish order flow, kind of up in this range here. Bring it there. This is going to be our bearish order flow up there. So if we can get through that level, there's definitely a chance that we'll get back into this this block up here. Be our bearish order block. We'll have to see here. Get this all kind of fleshed out here. There we go. So we are pushing up towards that 500 target again. Did have a nice sort of triple bottom down here. Fister says, all good here. Started using Bookmap. I do not see what you do on NQ. Oil is the only one my trades can implement. Hey, yeah, it's different for everybody. The more time that you're spending with Bookmap, the better. What's the point or logic of protecting the 95? So 500 is a psychological level. And you can see here, in TradingView, we have sort of this bearish order flow that's up here. We've had multiple times where we've been finding sellers up here. So we have a big supply area up there. So there's going to be folks that are front running that area. It's a good place to exit because you know that there's resting liquidity there. So we do break above that, can get very strong here to the top side. We are perking up above here, finding some strength. Looking over the S&P E-mini as well, we're kind of like at this very key level for looking at, let's see here. Let's look at the 60-minute. You can see here, this is kind of this area right here, right around 47, 43. This is a big area where it was originally some support here, but we've since turned that into resistance. So it would be interesting to see if we actually break through that. And if we actually look back here, kind of coincides with where we had prior areas of support, and then we turn that into a heavy resistance. So if we break above that, could find that support showing back up again. And we'll see if that's what's going to happen. All right. Going back to NQ here. Getting back in the 15-minute here. But yeah, if we're actually breaking up above this bearish order flow, could be retested, and we could show that being an area of demand now. So yeah, protecting the 95s is kind of front running that 500 level. And there was also somebody who pointed that out. It's also the 200 EMA, I believe. Vibe says, I closed my trade for 850 gain on my XFA. Way to go there, Vibe. Should have been long from 28. I will wait for a retest. There you go. Long from 28. My goodness. Yeah, that would have been tremendous if you were able to get that entry. My trade of 8 dome wasn't syncing. I refreshed it multiple times. Now it works. Very nice. So yeah, if we are confidently blowing up through this level here, the high is 509 3/4. If we are pushing through that level, we could have a retest of that 517 now. We are seeing a lot of orders kind of showing up here. And it does look like, if you're looking at the Mag 7 right now, NVIDIA is obviously the leader of the bunch right now. But you do see kind of these bottoming patterns from Microsoft, from a little bit out of Google there. Amazon, of course, Apple. There's a lot of room there to the top side. So will we actually see that come to fruition today? That is the question. We do have about 13 minutes here until the market opens. We are still pushing up higher here. I'd like to see a pullback and a retest of those 500s. We have a pullback and retest of those 500s and find some strength down there. Could potentially put on a position for a long. So we'll have to see if that plays out at all. Boom, just got my second 150K account funded. It is as many days. You inspired me to upgrade from the 50Ks rips. Hey, there you go. Nice work. Good morning there, Omar. Good to see you. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really, really well done. There's a 5-minute order block from Fridays. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this guy over here. Yeah. I like to kind of call this zone sort of bearish order flow since we've had multiple interactions with it. And I did have before I started the stream, I did have that order block, but I took it off because kind of encroached upon it there. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see if we can break above this, looking for that 509 area. We did come down and kind of test a little bit there, but you want to be wary because the 925 liquidity injection can definitely dump on that here. It does look very, very strong for the time being. I'll probably wait until the open. I'm going to be trading smaller size today, though. Definitely want to be trading smaller size because, like I said, my noggin is not exactly up to the speed that it usually is because I've been so sick. And so just trying to take it easy today. And given that we don't have a lot of news on the docket scheduled for today, outside of Mr. Raphael Bostic, who's speaking today at noon. That's really going to be the only big event that stirs volatility outside of the New York Fed survey of consumer expectations at 11. So 11 and noon. That's what we're looking for here. One Friday, one today. Nice work there. Way to go there. Hard right edge. Very, very nice. Nice work there, Luna, in the Discord. Way to go. Seeing some fantastic trading this morning. Does anyone use EdgeClear or AMP for a broker? I used to use AMP. AMP is very good. That was Riri20 in the Discord here asking that. AMP, I can highly recommend. Their fees are very cheap. I think they'll match anybody, and they'll even go lower than anybody else there too. A little wick up there. We are at 920 now. Definitely seeing some liquidity pouring into the markets here. Sitting on hands now, made a couple boneheaded trades after everything I entered was a winner. Hey, that's okay. Sitting on hands is a good thing. Try the remedy that shan't be named. It starts with an I and rhymes with works wonders. Yeah, I should be fine by Wednesday, I think. I'm going to try to get some more rest today. Have you seen Quantower's dome surface? Looks like Bookmap. Was wondering if you've ever compared. I get dome surface free with my sub to Quant. I've never used it myself. Slothfather, I would ask here in the Discord, since you're in here. I would ask, there's a lot of Quant Tower users in here. But Bookmap was the first to do it that really expanded on the whole heat map thing. Paul says, nice to see you back, Rip. That sickness is a long-lasting one. Yeah, it was a doozy. It's just one of those ones that just lingers and sticks around, hanging around, as Teddy KGB would say, hanging around. It's just not going anywhere. It's just, Every single time I take a nap, I swear I wake up feeling worse, and that's not how it should be. You should take a nap and you should feel better. Do liquidity injections sometimes do away with the power of an order block zone or order flow? Yeah, definitely. Especially if we don't have a lot of liquidity at the time. Savage got it. There you go. Greatest movie. Oh, one of the best. Love that. Ripsy's last 15-minute candles, 1-minute candles, you say that's an efficient market? Yeah, definitely. It's a low liquidity, but it's efficient. But yeah, because we don't have any big gaps. We have kind of a gap between there and there, but we've kind of encroached upon it. You can see basically from here to there is a little bit of inefficiency. So that could be a zone of inducement. I'm going to put that on the chart just in case. Could be an inducement zone that shows up. So we'll have to see how it sort of plays out here on lower news. Not a lot of news that's going to be coming out today that's going to be moving the market. I think that Raphael Bostic is going to be the one that moves the market today because he's very hawkish right now. And so if he comes out and he says some dovish things, he starts to say anything. Because remember, Raphael Bostic says 2 rate drops this year. That's what he has on his docket, even though the SEP dot plot is planning for 3, right? 75 basis points of cuts. He's saying 50 basis points in the year. So if he wavers from that and gets a little bit dovish, that could send the markets up. If he stays with his whole plan of 50 basis points, market will probably maybe take that negatively, even though it's pretty well known at this point. Hopefully we'll see that volume coming back in now this week. 100%, I expect it. It just is dependent on whether or not those large funds are going to be waiting for the CPI. They might have, an early read on the CPI somehow, some way, and they'll use that to sort of position. We just keep an eye on liquidity. You can hide orders all day, but you can't hide them once they hit the tape. So we'll definitely see that. In my club, I will splash the pot. Teddy KGB. What a character. That Russian accent that John Malkovich does. That's a good one. It's too funny. Are we getting a bathroom rally? Hey, good to see you there, Peachy Celsius. I already hit the bathroom, so no more bathroom breaks for me. We're going to have a injection of liquidity here right at 9:25, so I want to see how that kind of plays out here. Good morning there, Dr. Swag. Is Global Plus worth the price difference? I just use, I use Global Plus myself, but I recommend to everybody out there just to use Global. You don't need Plus. You don't need it unless you're tracking a bunch of, you just don't need it. It's not, you're not going to notice the difference. If you're using all of these add-ons that require it, that's different. But for the purpose that I use it, I would say no. Are you a poker player, Rips? You've made a few comments today that show some awareness. Kid Poker, Teddy KGB. Yeah, definitely. I love poker. I love poker. I love chess. I love mental games. I have a pretty good skill of reading people. I've enjoyed poker. I've played a lot of poker in my life. I definitely enjoy playing poker. It's a fun mental game. And I like mental games. I like chess. I like poker, those types of things. Those games are fun. Good to see you in the market, Ribs. Hey, thank you. Stone Lala, good to see you. New to your channel, watch your videos over the weekend, and I'm a big fan. Hey, thank you, Mo. Appreciate you. Dr. Swag says, glad to see you feeling better, Ribs. Thank you there, Dr. Swag. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'd say don't get Global Plus. I don't think you need it. For what we're trying to do here, I don't think you need it. So here's a liquidity injection. Anything coming in? Doesn't look like it. They had a big buyer stepping in at 502 there. A lot of folks supporting the bid, but again, it just doesn't feel like we have a lot of liquidity to start running yet, but that can change easily when the market opens here. Definitely can change when we get all of that liquidity coming in. I'm going to try to trade smaller today. We're sitting up $300 and I want to hold on to as much of that as I possibly can. What are liquidity injections? It's when, we had that question earlier, it's when you have a lot of these large funds or liquidity providers turning on their algorithms for the day, and that will inject liquidity into the markets because somebody has to provide all this liquidity. And that's what's turning on at those times, and we get those injections of liquidity, and there's interplay between those algorithms. They're not all on the same team, believe it or not. Everybody thinks it's the algorithms versus retail. No, these are funds versus other funds, and they are trying to take each other's money as well. It's a zero-sum game. Somebody always has to lose. Somebody always has to win. There's not any other way to look at it other than the fact that there's a winner, there's a loser. And they're not all, like, obviously sharks swim together and go after the lesser than, but for the most part, you know, when you have these liquidity injections, these turn off these algorithms, they're fighting against each other, at least for that quick spurt of momentum. Are you trading the live account or XFA? Right now in the XFA, up $300 there, out from Morgan. We're just trading the XFA. Again, I'm still sick, so I want to try to take it easy today. Kind of, you know, keep it low energy, but trying to bring as much energy as I can. That's why we had a nice psychological discussion today, talking about trader psychology instead of kind of getting chopped around there. When the market has low volatility or too much volatility, I go to the Russell. There you go. I don't think there's enough retail money for them to just focus on the little fish. Exactly. Yeah, there's not. There's not. You know, you have folks out there that say that they coded the algorithm to the market. That's silly. There's no one algorithm that runs the market. That's not how this works. I'm sure that's disappointing to a couple of you folks out there. Will it likely be slow since CPI is on Thursday? Well, you know, we're going to have a lot of players coming in and injecting liquidity into the market, so we can see some volatility being stirred today, just because we're going to have more liquidity in the market. Speaking of, here it comes right now. Excellent. Except Rip's bathroom breaks, that does control the market. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're coming inside 2 minutes here, folks. Vibe Trade Channel says, hi, Vibes. You're so vibrant, Rips. Thank you. Trying to have a good time here, even though I'm not feeling 100%. But we'll see if we can take any trades here off the open and see if we find any alpha to extract from the market here. So I do expect it to be a little bit slow after we have the original volatility. Again, we do have news coming out at 11. We have the New York Fed survey of consumer expectations, which kind of coincides with the CPI that we're going to see on Thursday. We do have tomorrow pretty light in the way of data as well. We do have the November trade balance. And we have the TIPP economic optimism, again, kind of playing into the CPI. But most of the larger traders are going to be looking for CPI this week. Loxy says, expecting a trap. Oh, I forgot to do the poll. Let's see. Can we get the poll really quickly? NQ up or down today? Up, down. Then we'll do unchanged. There we go. Let's see. Votes are anonymous. Get those votes in, folks. Let's see. Expecting a trap down, and then we go up, so just go along. There we go, Loxy. Yeah, we are perking up here. We're breaking up above that bearish order flow, and we are popping some stops here. All right, about 40 seconds here until the market opens here, folks. Good luck to everybody out there. Hope you have a fabulous trading day today. Hope that all your dreams come true. Let's see how this plays out here today. 30 seconds till the open. Make sure you're calm, cool, and collected. Looks like the ups have it. 76% say 78, 77. Wow. Saying up. Good luck, everybody. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Good luck. Come on, Mansion Pixies. All right. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. I'm taking that long because we're just ripping to the top side here. We're holding above 17 as well, at least for the time being. And move my stop to the lower end of the structure. Sweeping liquidity back down. We could get stopped out here. I want to see if we can hold this break above 11 here now. Watching here. Had a big sweep of liquidity up high. Looks like we're sweeping back low for the time being. ES is surging a little bit here. Little liquidity to get up through the top side here. I'm going to second lot here for that break up through 20. A little bit of a struggle there up at 20. NASDAQ still a little bit of struggle here. Watching here at 20 again. Very nice push up. Peeling off one lot there. Move my stop just above break even. See if we can hold this push. Very, very nice. ES is surging here as well. Can move my stop up aggressively here. Getting up through 33. Up through that seller at 33. Gonna move my stop up a little bit more here. Anybody else catching this rib up to the top side here? Very, very nice. Move my stop up a little bit more aggressively here. Seeing if we get this reject into 40s. Apple's coming back down a little bit. That might bring it back the NQ a little bit here, but ES very strong. See if we break up through the 40s now. Beautiful push up through the 40s. Love to see that. Beautiful. Trailing my stop a little bit higher now. Gorgeous, gorgeous push up here to the top side. Moving my stop up to 40.5. So just trailing our stop behind this price movement here. Very, very extreme price movement. We will likely have a retracement here at some point. So stopped out there. That's going to put us up on the day. Up $833 in our express funded account. On a very small size too. Like I said, we're going to be trading small size, and hey, if it works out great, right? If you caught that trade here to the top side, go ahead and drop a W in the chat here. Let's get a temperature on the room. See if anybody caught a win here. Anybody else catch what we like to call a sack lunch in here?
That's what we call a sack lunch. Nom, 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 nom.
Seeing some nice W's in the chat there. Very, very nice. Nice work, everybody. Look at that. Wow. Well, it looks like the poll was right. 75% say up. Going to go ahead and end the poll here. Congratulations, everybody who took that. Very, very nice. Small winner, but a winner. Hey, yeah, and you know, we stuck to our plan. I said we're going to trade smaller size today. Not feeling super, I'm feeling pretty much under the weather here. Still trying to kick this thing out, but hey, up $833, can't beat it, right? Trading small size. And again, you know, for full transparency here, I always talk about being transparent. That was in our express funded there, $833. How about that? All right. How about that? So we are pushing up higher here, looking for this 50 encroachment. Looking at trading view here, this is where we have a bearish order block here to the top side. Our level here is 54 3/4. Market is really screaming here. Apex says up 700 and I'm locking this in. Have a wonderful day, team. Thank you, Apex. Avocado also up $700. Gunky, wow, Gunky up $2,000. Let's go.
He's on fire.
Love to see that. Good morning there, Woats. Colds this year are brutal. Yeah, you're telling me. I tell you what, this thing is taking me out. My energy is so low because of this thing, I tell you. Hey, 50K XFA. Nice work there, Yukano. Let's go. Great job. Look at this. Passing into the 50K XFA. Way to go there, Yukando. Beautifully done. Very, very nice. Wow, here we go. Pushing up through 50 now. Let's see if we have another trade that we'll put on here. Really getting that explosive move to the top side above 50. Popping a whole mess of stops there above 50. My goodness gracious. 558 Clubhouse level here. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out there. Grateful trader. Levels have been working phenomenally lately. Just amazing. It's been a beautiful thing to see here. And we are still pushing up here. A lot of liquidity coming into the north side. I'm going to take a long here for that break up through 55 now. Oops. Come back over here. Watching for this break up through 55. Looking for this encroachment up through 55. Tabbing that above 58 here. Yeah, still very, very strong. Move my stop up pretty tight. Right around there. If we break through 55, this thing will send to the top side here. Just watching. See if 50s hold. Watching here right at the 50s. Little resistance at the 50s. Little pullback in ES as well. Stopped out there. So that's going to bring us back down. Gave back a little bit there. That's going to put us at 649, still in the profit there on the day. I want to get that, was looking for that momentum trade back above 55. Let's see if we have a second try at that. So watching here, kind of built that shelf at 45 there again. Trying a second long here for that break above 50 again. Watching here, moving my stop up. Right to around 39. Some big liquidity stepping in, but ES is back on the gas here. So watching here above 50. $45 still holding. Watching this above 50 now. If we get that perk above, we'll have a lot of stops being popped up to the north side here. So nice move encroaching above 55 now. Adding into that for that blow up through 55. Seeing if 55 can hold here. Peeling off 2 there. Stop at break even. Stopped out there. So I think that added a little bit more. Back to our total. Up 856 now. Stop was a little bit too tight there. We are meandering through the 60s now, but it's getting a little chunky here. You can see that they're adding size on the ask. You want to be cognizant of that. So just watching the tape here. Took the long 2 up 100. Nice work. So nice little $200 trade there. Small recovery there. Up 25.38. Thanks, Rose. Hey, give it up for futures trading today here in the YouTube chat. Way to go. If you folks are enjoying the stream, make sure you're slamming that thumbs up button. And of course, make sure you're subscribed. We're on the road to, I guess, 7,500 subs now. We hit 5,000 over the weekend. There's that blow up through 60 now. Wow. There she goes. Yeah, my stop was a little bit too tight on that one. Just trying to be extra scalpy here. Protect profits. Austin says, switching to a third account, happy to be green at the start of the week. Very nice. Yeah, there's a good chance that we'll run out of steam here up into the 70s. If we blow out through the 70s, we do have it level up at 94 or so. Up 375 on my 100K combine, sitting at 600 profit in 2 days. Way to go. Slow and steady's the way. That is the way. Wow, we ran right through those 60s there. And again, I might have to try this. Looking for any kind of pullback. Yeah, we are just squeezing super hard here. Super, super hard. A lot of stops getting popped here. Big buyers there at 70s. I'm going to try this one more time. Long here. Seeing if we get through 75s here. Watching for buyers to step in right at 75. Adding into that for this blow up through 77 now. Think we can get up to the 80s. There's a player there at 73 that's kind of front running 75 now. So watching for this to get through into the 80s. A little bit of liquidity's drawing out now. Just a touch. Yeah, there's a player right there front running at 73. Seeing if we firm up the 70s at all. Get through this player at 73 and we're off to the races. Yeah, there's a very aggressive player at 73. I'm just seeing if we can get through this player up here. Yeah, very, very aggressive. Right at the top of the order block, too. And there they are, right there at 75 again. I'm peeling off too because we're not breaking quickly. Just going to protect the final lot here. Having some trouble getting through that 75. Stopped out there. So gave a little bit back. Puts us back at 673 on the day. Was looking for that 575 to break out. So just wanted to manage our risk through that. Just chopping around here. We are right at the top of the bearish order block there. So that is Friday's high that we're wrestling with. If we get enough players here on the bid side, I think that we can run the jewels on this thing. So just watching here. Yeah, there's a big player there at 73. And we're front running those 75s. So watching here again. Wow, big bidder stepping up at 60 for that. A little slow flush down to the downside there. ES is coming right back down, but there's a huge player at 60 there. Somebody's buying this. Somebody's interested in buying this. Large players. So some sellers coming in. Somebody's supporting these 60s here. Just watching. I'm taking that long again. Somebody's buying those 60s. My stop's at 52. Yeah, somebody's very aggressively buying those 60s. So let's see if we can get through the 73 player again. They might be doing a little pitch and catch here at 73. So testing 73, 75. There's that push up that we wanted. Slight pullback here. Seeing if they're layering the bid at all. Down here towards 70. So watching here, see if we get this blow up right towards 80 now. There's that push up towards 80 through 80. Beautiful. Taking that off there on that extension. Wow. That was the blowout that I was looking for. That's going to put us up 979. So about $1,000 on the day there. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's that liquidity grab above that order block there. So real nice pullback trade there. And then out at about 85. So we have to be wary about that sweep of liquidity back to the downside there. So up 979 on the day, and I'm feeling awful. I think my Theraflu from earlier is starting to wear off. I'm feeling terrible right now. Oh, my energy is so low, but we're trying to make it happen here, folks. I'm at like a 55 or 60% out of 100 here. But hey, I'm happy that we're trading small size. We're making it happen. This is on 1, 2, 3 lots here, making $1,000. What tea am I drinking here? That's from Kyle Markoff. This is from my wife. I don't know. She made this for me. So yeah, really nice move here to the top side. Trying to play this out the best we can. People's champ. Are you folks having a good time out there? If you are, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. That's how you tell YouTube that you love what's going on here. Also, it is helpful too if you folks ever come back and leave comments on the video. If you ever come back and watch the stream at a second time, if that's you right now, if you're watching this video at a second time, go ahead and leave a comment below. Helps out the YouTube algorithm, lets you know that you are supportive of the channel and what we're doing here. Right one is Micro's done for the day. Thanks, Ribs. Hey, way to go, Savage.
He's on fire!
Nice job there. TNC says, made 900, exiting the market for the day, taking the W. Glad you're back, Ribs. Hey, thank you so much. Great to see you back here. So yeah, this has been a nice squeeze here to the top side. A lot of bidders showed up right there at that 60. Could have got more aggressive, but again, my processing power right now up here, very, very slow. And we are pushing up towards 600 now. 594 is a level. When do we start looking for shorts? Well, when you start to see some consolidation after this is done, kind of rip into the top side here. We should have a blowout towards 600. Yeah, I mean, we're clearing a lot of levels here on the E-mini, specifically S&P E-mini. We're clearing a lot of levels here to the top side. NVIDIA is the driver right now for the NQ, by the way. NVIDIA's at 511. Do you know what our high of the day was supposed to be? What I projected for the high on NVIDIA today? I projected a high target of 501.93. We're trading 511, folks, in NVIDIA. 511. Think about that. Holy smokes, the range on NVIDIA is back. I know that we've been missing that. We have a couple players in here that are trading NVIDIA in the Clubhouse. Not everybody in the Clubhouse trades futures. We have some options traders, some equities traders. So Omar says up 1170 for the day, done for the day. Thank you, Ribs. Hey, thank you, Omar. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you. Angus says up 926. Good start for the week after my one bad day, which was Friday. Going to quit here and probably sim trade the NQ. Would love to make scalping switch, so I'll work on it. I'm a scalper personally, and it seems like I should learn to embrace the NQ instead of the ES. Yeah, NQ is going to move fast, so start small, start on practice. How's the BTC ETF going to help hurt the market? I think it's actually going to help the market. I think we're going to see a surge. I think we're already seeing a surge in names like Coin. Let me pull up Coin, actually. Coin's probably going nuts today. No, Coin's going down. What about MSTR? MicroStrategy straight down. Boy, well, color me shocked. Riffs, my good lady told me not to sell NVIDIA on Friday, and look at now. Hey, there you go, Ricky. Keep your woman tight there. Hold your wife tight. I did on Combine today, up 900. Nice work there, Ganesh. Very, very nice. Seeing a ton of buying on the footprint, but it keeps tanking. Well, you want to look at where the buying is. If they're receiving it into the ask and they're layering it into the ask, you can accept the fact that there's probably some folks that are taking that short, so they're the counterparty to those buyers. What I looked for there was on that last leg, even though we didn't capture the entire move, but it was still a nice trade. It was a $300 trade there. What I was looking for on that move was that pullback to 60s, and I was waiting for buyers to step up. We had a lot of buyers on the bid there at 60. I said, in real time, I said, it looks like they want to buy these 60s. So I said, hey, we'll jump on board. And a lot of buyers there and started squeezing. We broke above that 75 level and broke above the bearish order block there. So we had a little bit of a breaker block now. So that was our thesis there. That's what we're looking at. Passed my second 150K combine, done for the day. Hey, give it up for Dylan there. Big Lucci, nice first day. Hey, can we give a warm Clubhouse welcome there to Lucci? Welcome there, Big Lucci. Congrats on your first day with us. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. So we did draw back there almost to the 80s. We did find some buyers, but we are getting into a little bit of a kerfuffle here. Just a slight one. Yeah, I think that the ES definitely wants to trade 4760s today. I mean, if it has the juice, if it has the liquidity, like I said earlier, we have a lot of liquidity coming in. And this is, I mean, if you're looking at how much we've drawn down, this looks like bargain prices for a lot of folks out there. So, and again, this could just be a draw of liquidity here to the top side, and then we just kind of meander back down to the south side here. Are you ever looking at the cumulative delta when looking at buyers and sellers? Of course, yeah. I have cumulative volume delta here on my charts. Right now, we're at a 3,800 positive delta in the NQ. Just about 350 lots of 4750. My goodness. I mean, 350. If it's on the ES, it's not that many. Kerfuffle, word of the day. We love our ripsisms in here, don't we? Oh, goodness. Yeah, ES, that's not that much. 350 is not. That's pretty low in liquidity. I appreciate all the knowledge you share. You've helped me a lot. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Dylan. Really appreciate you. Something going odd in the crude futures. I haven't checked those out. We'll do some crude trading in here eventually when we don't have amazing opportunities in the index. So yeah, they bought the 80s. We're sending it back up. We're 10 handles higher here at the 90s. ES still wanting to run hot here. We're coming towards the lower end of the liquidity that we're trading on the 4th of December. So that was, I'm sorry, 4th of December. Holy smokes. Yeah, this is why I'm not trading size today. 4th of January. 4th of January, we are pushing back up into the lower ends of that liquidity. So this is where things will tend to slow down, or we start to get some stops really blowing out here to the top side. So we are coming up till that 7 a.m. hour here. And we have a little drawback here, a little pullback in the NQ. This is these are the trades that we took this morning here. Boy, that long is looking super nice. Imagine we had held that long the entire time, right? Leo says, I'm long from 38, taking one out at 52 and the last one out at 57 if she wants it. If not, I break even. I'm letting it run, baby. Good luck to you there, Leo. I like it. You got your whole trade plan mapped out there. That's great. That's where you want to be. Long from 38 is fantastic. So there's a big player selling. That could be somebody who caught the early move and is kind of selling into that there. And it's about just shy of 1,000 contracts there sent into the bid. Probably a market order. This started running once you went to the bathroom. Has not looked back. It's the bathroom indicator. Works every time. 60% of the time it works every time. Up 650 on a stop. Nice work there, Richard. Nice job. Nice job. But yeah, we should be live this week on Top Step, barring any kind of if I somehow get even sicker than I am right now. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully we can just get right through this. Hopefully tomorrow I'm feeling much better and we can trade some more tomorrow together. I'd really look forward to that. And if you're not already, by the way, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to the stream with your notifications turned on. Make sure you give a thumbs up on the video and make sure that you are following me right here at Selling Rips on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you follow me there. Going for about 2,000 followers there on Instagram. We're getting up there. So first day trading here as well. Just slinging one lot at a time. MNQ copied in one account. Feel better soon. Rips binged all the webinar videos over the weekend. Hey, give it up here. Trader Dude, let's give it a new welcome here to Trader Dude Mike. Way to go. Welcome. Great to have you with us here. Love to see everybody crushing it today. That's awesome. See, that's what makes my day right there. Seeing you folks winning. But yeah, we're staying steadily profitable, steadily consistent. $1,000 a day really adds up, and very happy to produce that here on my XFA account this morning so far, especially when I'm feeling like hot garbage. So that's the lay of the land right now. We got 5 minutes till the top of the hour. Let's see what happens there going into that. I've been using Bookmap Rips, but only on oil. Yeah, that's I've never actually used Bookmap for oil myself. I traded oil before I was using Bookmap, but I have very little experience trading oil or coffee or corn or grains or any of that. I've focused basically on the indices for quite some time. I traded Bitcoin futures, had a great trade in Bitcoin futures, but outside of that, just been focused on trading the indices. Be interesting to maybe trade some crude in here on one of these mornings. From minus 600 to minus 100 to plus 100. Way to go, PDJ. Nice job. There it is. You're breaking up a bit on my Discord. Anyone else having that? Anybody else having any problems here on the Discord? What you could do is you can always restart your Discord. That makes things a lot faster. Makes things a lot quicker. What about gold? I've never used Bookmap for gold, but I traded gold. And, very, very light trades, Same thing with Forex. Very, very lightly traded. Nothing crazy. I traded the cable pair. Pound dollar. What is the room link I want to join for the 7 days? Let me drop that for you. Right there. It'll Nightbot should drop a link here at any moment there. There you go. Top Step TV, we're talking about you and your voice last week. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. I got a lot of DMs like, oh, they're talking about you on Shoulder Tap. They're talking about you on this and that. It's awesome. I love Top Step TV. I love the folks over there. Top Step is great. Large bidders stepping up to previous day high. Would be surprised if we don't clear 16,600 today. Yeah, we're getting pretty close there. Volume's dropping a little bit, but again, we do have news is going to be out in about an hour, and we'll see. Your voice always motivational. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Can you trade Bitcoin futures on the weekends? As far as I know, it's a CME product, so no, you can't. All CME products are closed on the weekends. And you can't overnight with Top Step. So no, I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I haven't traded Bitcoin futures. I traded Bitcoin futures, like 3 or 4 years ago when it was going crazy. Does Top Step have that sale still? No, that ended on Friday, unfortunately. But if you use my link, you get the 60% off, which is $50, $49 for a 50K, $99 for a 100K, and $149 for a 150K. Let's see, back here at TradingView, we are kind of holding above that bearish order block, running into our level of 594. Above that, we have a 613 and a quarter level. Look at that, big player stepping in. This is what we talk about too, when you have, there you go, right through 600 there. Strong move right up through 600. You can see right above my head there, there's the book map. Big orders there. Hold on, we something about the PBOC coming in here. And that's pre 10 a.m., mind you. Yeah, wow. There's that squeeze right up to 613 and 3/4. Wow. What a squeeze. Anybody catch that there to the north side? How much does it cost? How much does it cost on Top Step for 50K account once you pass eval? All of the Top Step XFAs are 149 once you pass. And that's why I only trade on the 150Ks, because when you pass, you might as well get the big account, right? Kyle caught it. Hey, there you go. Jay Alexander, nice. Drop the charts, folks. If you hit that, drop the charts here in the Discord. Drop those charts in the chat. Super helpful for everybody in here when we can see the executions on your charts. Very helpful for everybody. Still in on my 150K comment. Let's go. Stress-free, got it too. Nice. And we are squeezing higher here. This is quite the squeeze here. We're breaking up above 47.50. We're trying to get above 47.50 here in the ES. Wow, what a squeeze here. All the way from 85 up to almost 620. 585 almost to 620 there. My goodness. Just realized my YouTube was an hour behind and I wasn't live. No wonder why I was confused when looking at your charts. You can always watch it in 2x speed as well there. I don't know how to do that. How to do what? What did I say? Where are you getting the info that you're listening to? I have all these different squawks that I'm subscribed to. So I'm getting... So China PBOC pledges to use various monetary tools to increase their credit. Oh my. Well, that should send China stocks up. Baba probably squeezing on that. Looking for any kind of pullback here, as we are still squeezing. Right here towards 620. Watching here. Looking at any kind of pullback. Apple is just ripping to the top side. Wow, we are perking up super hard here. Wow, I missed that entry as well. Go back to Ninja Trader here. See if we can catch this push up to the top side at all. Going long here for this squeeze. Up towards 35 now. Yeah, very tough squeeze here. See if we get above 35 now. Our level's at 38. Could just wash back here. I was waiting for a pullback, but we can get a pop of liquidity if we hold 20s here. Watching here. Slight pullback. See if we get back above 25. Repainting that sort of inefficient move that we made right from the 20s. Big liquidity, but we aren't holding it for now, so we might get stopped out here. Watching here at the 20s. Do we hold these 20s strong? If we get above 25, I might want to add here. Definitely liquidity disappeared right about now. Watching at 25s. Yeah, we swept 25s and we got stopped out there. So a little stop out there. Swept back down to 15s. Looking across the board here. We're right back at 47.50. Took partial gains in the push at 612. Have my riders resting with a break-even stop at 586. Very nice there, Big Mac. So that brings us back down to 675 on the day. So let's see, if we have any kind of bids firming up here. Liquidity is drawn back a little bit. But I'm looking for any kind of bids to firm up here. We have this level right here at 615. So seeing if we hold this. And we get a second extension here to the top side. Google is resting a little bit here as well. Meta is coming down. Thanks for pointing out there, grateful trader. Chick says, done for the day, made 650, 1100 still left till 50K funded account. Thank you. Hey, nice work there. See if these 15s are holding it all. I'm going to go long here. 15s are holding slightly here. I want to see encroachment back over the 20s. Strength above the 20s, looking for 25 now. Ooh, nasty, nasty flush there. Seeing if 15s will hold. I want to see this racing back up towards 25. A little rough around the 20s here, but let's see if we can get this burst up of volume. Apple is carrying things. A little pullback from Meta. I want to see this pushing up through the 20s now. Yeah, there's a seller there right around 20. Don't really like that player there. See if we can get up through 23. 23 liquidity, are we grabbing it? A little bit slower than I like. Yeah, they're taking that liquidity back at the 20s now. Watching here at 23. Covering 2 into that push. Watching here now at the 30s. Big push up through the 30s would do this real nice here. Watching if this liquidity at 28s is going to be drawn against here. Okay, through the 30s now. Watching for this big spike up through 35. Move my stop to 28.75. Stopped out there. So that's going to put us back up on the day here. Up $1,000 now. Hey, we encroached on 4 figures. We did it, folks. We did it, family. There we go. And it just nicked our stop ever so slightly there, and it's still running up towards the 40s there. Nice work, everybody. Everybody's in sync today. I like to see this. Seeing a lot of big W's here across the board. Nice work there. Mo, very nice. Up 6,500 on 3 different combines. What a day. Thanks, Rips. Literally first day in here and your calmness helped a ton. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. Massive lag on Bookmap. Make sure you restart that there, Mr. Kofi, if it could just be a bad connection. Bobby C caught that. Hey, nice work there, Bobby. Way to go. Yeah, and there's through the 40s now. And we're holding confidently above 47.50 here. I'm seeing a lot of folks now chasing there on the bid. I'm seeing if we can actually, could we encroach up to the 50s without too much of a drawdown here? Yeah, there's still an aggressive player selling. I'm watching here. There's definitely a battle going on here. There's definitely a player who's very interested in shorting this market here, and they're getting aggressive. You have to remember that the people who are controlling these algorithms have emotions too. And, this person could be unrealized, down $1 million right now, trading for a large fund. And they could be aggressively trying to lean into the bid here. So you want to keep that in mind. We need a 5-minute red candle here. Eventually, you can watch for that entry. Yeah, it's a great one. I feel like they could slam it down any moment. Yeah, there's an aggressive player there. There's an aggressive player. We got slammed on that one trade where we drew back about $300. I don't mean to throw anyone under the bus, but I like trading with a community. I tried a popular YouTuber, and the screaming would make trading harder. I've heard that, actually. It's a common thread that we actually talk about in here. You want to be as calm as possible when you're trading. The rogue trader. Yeah, exactly. It's Nick Leeson. He slammed the bid. Oh, thank you for that, Sunrise Driver. Nick Leeson in here. Oh, that's funny. Usually I trade very angry and anxious after a L. No, you don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. SBX says, first time here. Hey, SBX, I've traded a lot of you. I'm kidding. We'll be going live tomorrow. Yes, absolutely, we will. They don't know Rips is a screamer too. That's just, I'm not going to touch that one. Oh man, doing combine up 1,000. Oh wow, nice work there. SPX, give it up for SPX. What time are you on Top Step on Thursday? Hour before Power Hour and then Power Hour itself. Yeah, I'm getting to the point that I'm kind of worn out here. We're up $1,000. And again, we preach transparency in here. We're up $1,000 here in our XFA. It's an express funded account. This is the one that you can actually take withdrawals from. Right there. Haven't traded anything else. Matches that right there. Right there. So that's where we're at on the day. $1,000. If you're not happy with $1,000, you're looking at too many Twitter posts and your expectations are pretty high. You can obviously make more, but you want to keep your expectations low. Home runs will happen. Grand slams will happen. But if you go into the markets every single day saying, I'm going to nail a home run, I'm going to smash it out of the park, right? Well, you're going to be left wanting most of the time, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes. You want to manage your expectations as well as your risk. So we're pushing up here. I do think that we can actually get as high as, this no man's land above 700s here if we keep on pushing and riding on through here. O'Keefe says W up 300 on singles. Way to go. Big Lucci says, kind of crazy to me, people saying you ain't transparent. I think most people are saying, I haven't really heard anybody saying that I'm not transparent. I think most people are saying that I am transparent. I haven't really had any feedback saying that I'm not transparent. I'm sharing everything. I don't know what the you're not transparent enough. I don't know. I can't imagine that. No, everybody in here is generally has a very good attitude. That's why I love our community that we're building here. Everybody has a really nice attitude. Everybody's really, we're all in this together, which is nice. 47.56, my target, hoping it will not go down. Good luck to you there, Renee. So yeah, we do have news coming out here in about 50 minutes, 50. Oh, there's that player. Somebody's selling, but they're buying it. Somebody's selling it, but there's a counterparty to that, and they're aggressively buying that. Every single sell into the market there, somebody's absorbing that. So, we might get a pullback down here to around the 620 area, maybe even 615. But, yep. Haters will always say, I don't think we really have any haters. I mean, obviously as the stream grows, the channel grows, that, I'm sure we'll get some, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? Star Ministry says, you are the best. Even on a worse day, you keep yourself cool. Big thumbs up to you. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I feel like garbage. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like absolute garbage right now because I'm still sick. So drinking my tea though. Hopefully take a nice nap today and we'll feel better. I made my money for the day. I'm logging off for the day before I get crazy and try to make more money. See you guys tomorrow. There you go. Thanks for stopping by here, Mo. Well, I think that's going to do it for me on the YouTube stream. I'm going to go ahead and pop in with the Discord family that we have and see what's up with everybody in there and do a little wrap call there. But I've had about as much as I can produce. I am feeling a terrible headache coming on. I'm still very, very sick. So hopefully I will be better tomorrow. Much, much better. We're locking it up here, up $1,000 here in our XFA account. It was a lot of fun to trade alongside all of you folks in here. I had a lot of great traders in here, seeing a lot of you folks passing your combines. Amazing job. Keep it going. If you made money today and you're feeling out of pocket now, lock it up. Live to trade another day. If you didn't make money today, that's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. And that's fine, right? That's just fine. So we'll be back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Wow, big player selling that there. I'll go over to the book map so we can see that. Wow, goodness. But we'll be back here tomorrow on YouTube at 8 a.m. sharp. So don't miss the stream. If you're here on Discord, don't go anywhere. I'll see you folks in Discord in a minute. But please join me tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. I'll see all of you then. I hope everybody has a great trading today. Great trading day today. I need a nap. Great trading day today, and I will see everybody here on YouTube bright and early tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.